Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It's Tuesday, the 20th of March, 2018. At any rate, what do you think of the news, huh? Do you remember the time that I told you that 2018 numerically came out to 9/11 and they were not going to waste that? That these freaks love numerology and the esoteric and occult and blah, blah, blah. They worship their deities. They summon their demons. They conjure their spirits. We've had another bombing. And then to boot, you know, because they follow what we're saying. There's no two ways about it. It's either that or some of us are the best predictors of calamities in the history of the world. Or they're following us. They watch us. And obviously they are, or they couldn't censor us so effectively. I have 202,000 subscribers. I put a video up last night. It's got 12,000 views. Mathematically, that isn't even possible. You know what I'm saying? That's just a ridiculously low number. I'm not complaining about that. I'm noticing that. So there's that. They are going to bring so much chaos that the average sleeping sheep, whether you're a veteran, whether you're a police officer, whether you're a cowboy, a nurse, a mountain man, I don't care. They're going to bring everyone to their knees, and they've started a bombing campaign. Let me tell you something, okay? Again, I've had relatives very near and dear to me that were police officers. I've dated a few police officers. I'm familiar with their tactics, so forth and so on, okay? Somebody is cruising around Texas, staying in the same general vicinity and placing bombs everywhere, and now they're going to try to send them through FedEx. Do you understand how much trouble that is? Do you understand the expertise of someone that's actually creating and transporting and placing these bombs? Chances are that if this was really an organic thing that just popped up out of nowhere and there's some disgruntled ex-military asshole that knows how to make bombs and is placing them places, if he's placed 5 bombs, at least one of them would have went off by now inadvertently. But that's not what's happening, because that's not what it is. This is more of the fear campaign, and for good measure, they've got another school on lockdown this morning. They won't let the parents come near it. Really? Let me explain something to you. If any woman was crazy enough to actually breed with me and I had a child and the cops told me I couldn't, your child's in danger, but you can't come here, I would say, F you, and they would see the front grille of a Toyota crashing through that school to get my kid out of there. But apparently nowadays it's just no big deal. When we had the event, the capstone event in Connecticut several years ago, you remember that? People weren't even allowed to see their own dead children. That's the story that they gave us, and every one of those families acquiesced. It's all good. Sir, ma'am, whatever, your child has been murdered by a madman with a, well, we don't know what kind of gun because the story kept changing constantly. But yes, your child's been slaughtered. We didn't bring any doctors or EMTs in here to pronounce them dead because there's no need for that. I mean, even though that's been protocol for time immemorial. And you're not allowed to see them. Okay, is that cool? Oh, yeah, I believe you, officer. I'm not in shock. I'm not freaking out that my child that I brought to school this morning has now been brutally slaughtered by a madman. Yeah, I believe you. They're probably dead. I got to go to Starbucks. It's all good. Or I got to go, check on my mortgage on the house that I received for $1 on Christmas Eve, along with a bunch of my other neighbors and a bunch of the other victims, apparently. But nothing to see here, folks. We have entered into the final push of the New World Order. These Let me tell you something. Let me explain something to you. I just recently met a bunch of subscribers when I make videos, I restrain myself. I have the decency to understand that a large majority of my subscribers are citizens, are Christians, and I don't swear because I can control myself. I'm not a mental patient, you know what I mean? But in real life, totally different story. If you approach me in public, it might not be the best day of your life. You know what I mean? It depends. The last guy that approached me at a particular location did it perfectly. He said, I know who you are. I'm not going to blow up your spot right here, blah, blah, blah. And everything was fine. You see what I mean? But if you run up to me and you don't identify yourself, I'm going to take you as I don't know. Who knows? At any rate, 2018's the year, and then look at this. We've graduated from Islamic terrorists that are expert pilots that can fly 2 planes and knock down 3 buildings. And they can fly so well that they actually crashed a plane in Pennsylvania that just completely disappeared and nobody ever recovered it. And that's the story. You don't hear about it anymore. You know, hey, let's roll. I'm getting pissed off because this is getting absolutely insane. They want Americans to think Americans are the enemies. And that's exactly what they're doing. But let me tell you something. I've known a lot of bad guys over my life. I was going to say my career. I've known a lot of bad guys over my entire life. And if you're going to put bombs all over the place, chances are one of them's already gone off. Because bombs are very unstable. Well, Richie, how do you know? Go back to Lynn, Massachusetts. I was about 20. And somebody was kind enough to mail me a bomb. Richie's been around. You ever heard the story about the 7.5? Mike Dowd, the police officer who's out, he's making videos and documentary. Guess what? A lot of us live that type of life. I've decided in my later years to try to help save my fellow countrymen by doing what I do instead of exploiting the past stupid, would have made a good movie, but stupid shit that I did when I was a kid. At any rate, as predicted, here they come. It's going to get worse. They're going to make absolute chaos. And I'm out.